Hi, I'm Lola, welcoming you on Events Diary, your weekly Sunday program that showcases events around town. On today's episode is the harvest of weddings, like I promised you last week. But that's not all. I've got fashion, events, news, and celebratory birthdays other toppings on today's episode. Are you ready? Because I am. The family of Adedoyin and Awonusi became related through wedding when their children, Adebisi and Charles, were joined together in the holy matrimony.
Marriage is the process by which two people who love each other make their relationship public, official, and permanent. Adebisi and Taiwo took their relationship to the next level by saying "I do" at the Chapel of the Healing Cross in the presence of family, friends, and loved ones recently. After the joining together of the couple, the lovebirds signed their marriage register amidst songs and dance. The clergy advised the couple to keep doing that which is right always.
I do not know how much your counsel told you about this. There's one thing I've noticed. Mr. Taiwo, I want to sing. You don't sing. You don't sing. And you are just married a member of our choir who sings like a parrot. So, you must begin to learn how to sing. Alright? The way to enjoy your marriage is to learn how to sing. And you must sing and sing and sing and sing and sing. The Lord help you do that. I present the certificate to both of you, Mr. and Mrs. Oluwabusayo Taiwo Awonusi.
After the church service, the couple and guests moved to the reception hall.
Very excited. It's a wonderful feeling. I can't describe it really. It's indescribable.
I met her through a friend, and I told a friend of mine that I would like to meet her, but he didn't agree. According to him, I was a bad boy, and the girl, she was a good girl, so he didn't want me to meet her, and I begged him throughout that day, but he didn't agree. So there was that I was driving home, and I saw her walking into a faculty of arts. So I just drove into the faculty, and I had to chase her until I found her. So when I met her, I got a number, and the rest is history.
When you like together, and I went to his faculty. I took someone to his faculty, and then I asked the family friend who was with him, who happens to be his friend. I asked to know an office. And as I was going, I guess, he then asked my family friend who I was and all, and I want to introduce him. And that was it really.
I'd always known from the start, but after like our first year, I knew it was done and dusted really. But then my cousin was there actually. She was the person who gingered me to propose really.
I was trying to organize my admission, and that was the day he spotted her. Even though sometimes I used to assume that maybe it was me he saw first. I was the catching, unfair. So he saw. But when BC came, he was like, man, this guy is fine. You have to go after her. So,
I was more than very tired of proposed to BC because his proposal was whack. At first, I wanted to go to the movies, then fight with the girl, and the girl will fight, then BC will cry, will be like, oh yeah, be my wife. That was the initial proposal. That's when I told him that, how you watch too many Nigerian movies, like, just stop this. Please make it special. So I guess he said it properly to her, and I'm really happy for them because BC really tried.
The reception hall was filled to its capacity with glamorous guests who waited patiently for the arrival of the newlyweds. After the parents danced to the high table, the couple showed their dancing skills on the aisle as they danced to their appointed table. The couple stood gallantly to perform the first task of the marriage, and that is the cutting of the wedding cake and feeding each other with it.
I don't care what people say, 'cause my love is here to stay, and I go do anything for you.
Wishes and advice were given to the couple through our camera.
all the best in life, and a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful marriage, and a wonderful time together.
I wish them the best. And BC, I love you so much.
A marriage that is blessed with children, and a marriage that is guided by God, while they, of course, they remain faithful children of God.
I wish them the very best. Marital bliss. Marriage is ordained by God. So I wish them God's guidance and wisdom.
I pray that God will grant them their heart's desires. I pray that they will have children. I pray that God will grant them enormous wealth. And I pray that, most importantly, they'll have a happy home. If you and your wife have a quarrel, make sure that you guys settle it that same day. Do not let it go over to the next day.
A happy married life, they have good children, all goodies of life.
I want them to seek first the kingdom of God and His righteousness. Then all other things shall be added unto them. Prosperity, love, joy, all good things of life.
I'm wishing them fruitfulness on all sides, not just in terms of children, but financially, materially, spiritually, health-wise, in every other sense.
And from Events Diary, we say happy married life.
I love you, I love you, I love you. Hey, I love you, yeah.
Wow, you be the judge of that. Who can dance better? Well, you know. Well, up next is the Serious family. That is the Continental Broadcasting Services. We celebrate our own former Miss Faith Ajuazin, who got married in Delta State, and our own Victor Imohi, who got married to Faith. No, not our own Faith this time around, but this time is Faith Ajayi in Ibadan. Did I get you confused? No, I did not.
Traditional wedding ceremony is filled with razzmatazz, acting and good dancing. This is all encompassing at the traditional wedding ceremony of the CBS's Faith Ajuaze, who became Mrs. Ndoka Judge in Delta State. The wedding began with the mandatory paying of the bride price, which is followed by the celebration of the union. The bride, dressed in the indigenous attire, flanked by her peer group, danced out to greet the guests. between the changing of clothes, this male local dancer, dressed in female clothing, held the audience spellbound with his well-choreographed dance steps. Later, the bride comes out in another traditional attire, and this time carrying a cup of wine, whereby she searches out her husband in the crowd and presents him with the wine. After the husband collected the wine, she takes him to her people. This shows that she accepts him as her husband. The party continues as the couple dances in the midst of friends and family.
Today I've been praying and waiting for it, and today it has come. I'm so happy and I give thanks to God.
So I'm so happy, I'm so glad. Marriage is not the same thing as wedding. So after this ceremony is the real marriage. So she should focus her energy more on the marriage than on this ceremony.
Marriage is full of ups and downs, but by the time you are trusting in God, you have His backing, you stand by Him, you have it at the back of your mind that whatever challenge comes, it has a lifespan.
Conjugal bliss to the latest Mr. and Mrs. Faith and Ndoka George.
It was a double celebration for the Ajayi's when the family gave out two of their lovely daughters, Faith and Camilla, in holy matrimony. Victor Imohi, the studio director in TVC News, happens to be the long-time lover of Faith Ajayi, one of the sisters. It started with a traditional marriage ceremony when the couples, adorned in their native attires, were introduced to family and friends. They were also prayed for and joined together. After the traditional marriage, the holy matrimony and reception followed.
To take it slow, do anything to make her smile. Girl, would you be my lover now? What am I to do?
Don't you just love weddings? For me, I love weddings anytime, any day. Just call me to that wedding. I'll be there. Well, moving on. Going for an Owambe party can be so frustrating, especially since you are expected to come there, tying your headgear, just to look chic. But don't worry, because I'm right here for you on Fashion Tips and Tricks, which is next.
Ashoke, and this particular type of ashoke, some people call it wire gele or singele, something like that. As you can see, the fabric is really soft and nice. So the first thing we need to do is to pack the hair to the back. I mean, you shouldn't tie gele with fringe in front or at the back. Get the hair out of the way by packing it up there in the middle. The first thing you need to do is to fold your gele, and depending on the size you want, and then depending on the width of the gele, so you just fold like half of the first quarter of the gele. Your fold should be the same from top to bottom, and then you put the gele over your head like that. You make sure it's very firm and flat in front, and then you have your one hand will be long and then the other one will be short. The reason you have one hand long is because this is going to go around twice. Now, so you have your long hand and then you have your short hand. Now your short hand comes in and then the long hand comes out like that. Then you pull very, very tight so you can have beautiful layers like that. Then I'm going to turn again so you can see how I'm going to, tie it at the back. The finishing is really, really important. So you need to make sure everything is in place. Okay, so your layering has to be really, really smooth, and your tying has to be very, very tight so as to secure the gele, from falling down. It's really, really easy, and as you can see, it feels super, super comfortable.
I feel pretty, oh so pretty. I feel pretty and witty and gay.
All right. Well, that was quick and lovely. You can only get that on Events Diary, and you know that. Now is the events news. The trade mission to Nigeria and Ghana, led by Chuka Muna and put together by London Chamber of Commerce and Industry, had the business wigs in attendance.
The London Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized a cocktail recently. At the cocktail, business and opportunity to meet prospective clients as well as business organization in both countries were talked about, and this was led by Chuka Muna, a lead trade mission to Nigeria and Ghana.
We are absolutely united in our desire to see the UK and our fantastic businesses exporting more as we seek to sort out our trade deficit. Now, it seems to me that there is an extreme mutual interest here for both the UK and Nigeria. Nigeria is looking to unlock the potential that there is here. And, we certainly don't come here to lecture Nigerian businesses or the government here on how to grow the economy, because let's face it, we have had almost no growth in our country, literally 0% growth over the last 6 months or so, never mind the last 3 years. 7% growth is predicted in Nigeria, so we're certainly not in that position. But it seems to me that if we resolve the infrastructure issues here in Nigeria, resolve some of the governance and transparency issues, we empower people to go on and do even more than they're doing already. Who knows where Nigeria will be? It will be, it's going guns blazing now, but the potential needs to be unlocked.
It was a time for networking.
What do you do with the tallest cake in Africa? Eat it, right? The tallest cake in the world was unveiled during the week, and Events Diary was there to make sure you get a piece of the cake.
Ever seen a cake 28 feet tall? History was made at the Silverbird Galleria as Cakes by Tesson unveiled the tallest cake in Africa. The unveiling of the cake was one of its kind and was witnessed by friends, family, invited guests, and of course, cake lovers.
I think it's an ingenious idea. I think it's something that we need to promote more. Coming from Africa, the tallest cake, it's a wonderful thing to experience. I think Tesson did a great job. He has definitely put Nigeria on the map.
We've been planning this event for like 3 months now. We've gone through different changes and phases, and now we're here, and then everybody is here. Everybody is happy, they love it. So some have their comments, but everybody seems to like it. So I'm glad.
As the saying goes, 2 heads are better than 1. The bakers who worked with Tesson reveal their experiences.
It was crazy. Like, I've not had any rest. I've not slept at all. And seeing this cake, I feel like I'm in heaven, really.
It's like a dream come true. Like, I've always known my ex-boss to be someone that does the impossible. So when I got called within a short notice to join them, I felt, wow, it's an honor to work with the Grandmaster once again.
The brain behind the tallest cake in Africa, Tosan Jemide, disclosed how he came about the initiative, the challenges he faced, and how he feels.
It feels great. A lot of hard work, endless sleepless nights, and trying to get up there with a scaffold and lifting the cakes up to that height was a major challenge. also mastering, this is my first time of building this sort of cake, you know, mastering and understanding the height implications, you know, and balance was a bit of a challenge too. I always say nothing is impossible. If you can think it, you certainly can do it.
He also noted that the money generated from the event will be used to renovate the Eko Akete Grammar School.